So what are we gonna do today, Cousin PW?
The same thing we do every day, Melvin. Try to take over the neighborhood.
Hey there, Cousin BW. What's the matter? You look kinda angry.
I am, Melvin. I'm really upset right now. It's all over this Jussie Smollett stuff.
Jussie? Who's Jussie?
You know, that fella up in Chicago.
Oh, you mean that actor fella that said he was attacked by two MAGA people and they tried to hang him and all that up in Chicago. I heard that turned out to be a lie just like you said it would.
Yeah, that's right. Now, why don't you go along and play with your beer can collection so I can talk to these good people?
Well, yeah, right, I think I will. I just got a special edition Slits 1975 I want to add to my collection.
Hey, y'all. Bloodwing here, back to bring some grumpiness to your internet. Been a long while since I put out a video, and I thought I might today because there's a lot on my mind. By now, most of you are probably aware that more information has come out on Jussie Smollett, and it's looking like it was all a hoax. He paid those Nigerian fellas to help him pull off the hoax, and none of it happened as he said it happened. Imagine my shock. Many of us were skeptical from the very beginning, but the mainstream media jumped all over it and pushed the narrative, and Twitter was blowing up, and oh, it was racist, and see, this is what's wrong with America, and MAGA hats are the new KKK hood, and all of that stuff. While the rest of us that had some good sense sat back and said, wait a minute, let's wait and see what comes out. Because some of this doesn't quite hold up, not least of which, I know that if I'm a racist MAGA hat wearing bigot, the first thing I'm going to do is walk around Chicago at 2 o'clock in the morning during a polar vortex of dangerously freezing temperatures and just happen to have a rope and a bottle of bleach with me looking for some black gay person to harass. I mean, there were so many red flags from the very beginning, but people jumped on it, they ate it up, and all of that. And I seen people on Twitter, people on the left saying, well, it was a bad thing, but I can understand why he did it. No, I can't. I can't understand why somebody would make up a lie, why somebody would perpetrate a hoax, go out of their way to perpetrate a hoax, hire people to do it, just to make a certain group of people look bad because that's what you want them to be. Not to mention he wasted a lot of police resources. And he should get in some kind of trouble over this if it is in fact proven without a shadow of a doubt that it was a hoax that he perpetrated. And it really made me angry. I don't get it. They're trying so hard to look for this racism problem, this MAGA hats are the new Klan stuff, and they can't really find any real facts, so they make crap up to make it appear to be what they want it to be. And as I said on Twitter earlier, look, if there's really a racism problem in America, and I can't say that there isn't racism in America, but I don't believe it's systemic anymore and hasn't been for a very long time. But there are racist individuals, certainly. To say otherwise would be stupid. But the way to combat it's not by making crap up. That just makes you more enemies. It makes you look a lot less credible, and nobody's going to listen to you. You're like Chicken Little with the sky is falling. Because when it really happens, nobody's going to pay attention. But then I stopped and I thought, you know what? Jussie is just a pawn. That's right, he's just a pawn. Yeah, he purposely went out and perpetrated, and I don't take away any of the blame and responsibility for this. He should pay for what he's done if it ends up being emphatically true. But he's just a pawn. He just played to what mainstream media pushes, what the far left pushes. he just fell into this whole racist scenario and pushed it because he knew people would bite and believe it without question. And boy, did they. Just like they did the Covington kids, just like they had in the past when there were different burnings, and fires, and vandalism going on that was supposedly done by the MAGA crowd, and come to find out that it was totally not true. They want it to be true. And so they push it. And they push it. And I'm going to tell you what. Yeah, there's a racism problem in this country. But these people are the true racists and the bigots. They are so wound up about white America, about male America, about conservative America. And they want them to be racist. They want them to be these terrible things that they feel that they are. And since they can't find proof, they make crap up. And they keep making crap up till one of these days they're going to get something to stick, even if it isn't true, because people are so ready to believe it. And that, folks, is bigotry. It's racism. You claim to be the party of being liberal, of being more tolerant. But apparently you're only tolerant if people agree with you. By making claims, this group is bad and that group is bad, and everyone that doesn't agree with me is bad, is not conducive of unity and of a united America. What it does is cause division and split. And it will only always do so. These people on the far left that are crying all this racism crap and making crap up and claiming that the MAGA hat wearers are the new KKK are the true bigots and racists. Now, are there racists and bigots on the conservative side? Of course there are. Of course there are. I'm not saying that. And let me be clear, as I've said many times, I did not vote for Trump. I do not own a MAGA hat. I'm not on the Trump train. But I can stand here from my position and look and see how stupid this all is. How incredibly stupid. The far left, if they have it their way, will have fighting in the streets and violence. Every time you see true violence, people getting accosted and hit and smacked, not only with fists, but with objects, you know, and vandalism and windows broke and cars burned and trash cans turned over. Guess who it comes from? Now, I realize there are good people on the left. Absolutely. And I talk to them. I'm a proponent of we all should be able to talk things out in a mature fashion and get along at the end of the day. Because we're all Americans. We're more than just our political party, folks. I'm a big proponent of that. But if you consider yourself a Democrat, a liberal, and you're not calling out these people on the far left, which is what you blame us for not calling out the people on the far right on our side, then you are doing a great disservice and you're being hypocritical. We've got to recognize that there are issues on the fringes of both sides, and don't give me that argument that that's a deflection. Because it is a deflection. It's a deflection on your part. You're not wanting to recognize that there are problems with your party as well, and with your line of thinking. Folks, America is never going to get united until we stop thinking about ourselves as, well, I'm a liberal or I'm a conservative, and that is our entire identity. There's more to life than politics. A whole lot more to life than politics. Is politics important? Sure. But there's a lot of other things important, too. I thank God every day for my three children and my 10 grandchildren. And to me, that's much more important. It makes me much happier than politics. Anyway, Jussie's just a pawn. He just fell in to what mainstream media and society today tells him it's okay to make these people the bad guys, the big boogeyman, because they really are. We can't prove it, but they are. We just know it. But that's it for me, folks. I'm going to keep this short. And as always, get out of my yard.
I was caught in the middle of a railroad